Charles Atkeison is in Cape Canaveral, Florida today and is an aerospace journalist. Joins us on the line to talk about this final flight. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, John. Good morning, Saskatchewan.
So tell me a little bit about the mood out at Cape Canaveral today.
The mood is filled with excitement like most shuttle flights. The only difference with this one is the amount of people, journalists, and space tweeps. About 151, actually, space tweeps, or those who follow the space program on Twitter, were invited by NASA to come to the Space Coast, to Cape Canaveral and the Kennedy Space Center, to view the space shuttle launch from the closest location that humans can, and that's 3 miles from the shuttle launch pad.
Wow.
So 151 extra guests are here by invite from NASA, so the atmosphere is really electric right now. On top of that, the only thing that's damping the spirits is the rain showers. We've got actual rain falling right now here at the Kennedy Space Center. Everyone's huddled inside a big large white tent at the press site here as NASA Assistant Administrator Lori Garver, among others, are here discussing the future of manned spaceflight for America and the world.
What are they saying this morning, Charles?
Well, primarily they're going over the the multi-purpose crew vehicle, and they're discussing our next goal as far as launching. A lot of this is based on funding, and a lot of it is not prepared yet. There's a lot of questions, there's a lot of details that need to be sorted out, but this is the direction that NASA will be moving towards. The rocket that would launch the Apollo-styled larger command module has not been selected yet as well, and that should be selected sometime, hopefully later this year.
Charles Atkeison is in Cape Canaveral, Florida this morning, where he is covering the space shuttle launch. Let's talk about the astronauts that are on this mission, and Charles, the Final Four, as they're being called, and it started as a joke, but it's become a bit of a slogan for them. They never really were supposed to be on a space shuttle mission, really, of any sort. They were the backup safety crew.
They were going to be the backup safety crew for the May shuttle flight, STS-134, which flew with Commander Mark Kelly. That mission was a launch-on-need only shuttle flight. However, last September, NASA officially approved that if 134 by Shuttle Endeavour did launch successfully and came home successfully, that they would go ahead and prepare the Atlantis shuttle flight as a standard space shuttle flight, the final one in the 135 flight history.
What is clearly the crew is now in kind of launch mode, but they all have very vivid personalities, from what I understand, and I can imagine that their excitement has to be quite high.
The excitement's high. They're looking forward to it. Of course, they won't let you know that. They're all scientists, they're doctors, they're military career professionals, and their focus is flying the mission. Now, what they will tell you on the site is, once they land Atlantis, if it launches successfully tomorrow on July 20th, that once they come to wheel stop, that's going to be the impression of this flight for them, that it's finally over, that's the conclusion when they land back here at the Kennedy Space Center on July 20th. But right now, these rain showers are formed. They're in association with a tropical low that's moving up into the Florida region here, and including the Space Coast. The outlook right now from Kathy Winters in the Air Force Meteorology Group at Patrick calls for only a 30% chance of favorable conditions for tomorrow.
So we might not see a launch tomorrow. It might get pushed off by a couple of days.
Well, I'm writing about a possible delay just because of that. Now, NASA has launched with only 30% before. It actually turned dramatically in the past. So there is still anticipation that it could launch tomorrow. Everybody is aiming. They've got their game day faces, as Mike Leinbach said, the NASA launch director yesterday. They're ready to go for tomorrow. So nobody's conceding yet that they will not fly tomorrow. However, Mother Nature may have another game plan.
Charles Atkeison is a aerospace journalist joining us from Cape Canaveral. Charles, if people want to follow you on Twitter, how do they get in touch with you?
Yes, thank you. I'm on Twitter. All Space Tweeps around the globe follow also what's known as the Space Tweep Society, spacetweepsociety.org. Great website, and it's everybody who are interested in space flight, science, astronomy, can come together on this website at spacetweepsociety.org and actually share their interests, their photos, their stories about their own personal experiences in space. But I'm on Twitter at Absolute Space Guy, and that's absolute without the E, Space Guy. And I provide and offer researched and timely updates on both science and the American and world space programs.
We'll be following your tweets, Charles, and thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Charles Atkeison joining us this morning from Cape Canaveral, Florida.